What is going on, guys? Thursday, 5 Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. Here we are. I almost didn't pull it off. Unfortunately, we are back in the lab for this one. I'm going to hang out for a few minutes while hopefully we obtain some people. I haven't been doing much advertisement for this, so I'm not quite sure what kind of turnout we will have today. What up, Sean Mullen? Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Basically, I'm just gonna boost this thing off right out the jump because I've been dealing with some issues lately. Hello, Soul. Nice for you to be here. Thank you very much. I want to address something right out the gate before we get into any questions. My thing is, so there's been having a lot of controversy between me and my poker world and my spirituality world. And it seems that most people think that those two worlds cannot coexist. I have been judged lately more than I have been in a long time, and I like to fancy myself as somebody who always surrounds themselves with people who are non-judging, spiritual, open. And so just for a quick example, right out the gate, today on my page, I have a group called A Spiritual Hand on Facebook. So it's a Facebook group that I own. It's named after my company. And I'm always there to help people, anybody. I will talk to anybody. I spend a majority of my time, my days, just speaking to people for free to help them step out of any dark place they might be in, right? And so that requires a lot of reaching out and letting people know that I'm here. And unfortunately, I've been slacking a little bit on that lately because I've been working so hard on many other topics. But what I have to address is, because I play poker, because I have a picture on me on my Facebook of me holding money because I either won a giant tournament or was going to purchase a car, and one other occasion, maybe, people seem to think I am not spiritual, I'm a fraud, all this craziness. And to me, the very first thing I have to say to you is you're judging, which makes you not spiritual. And you're attacking me based on tiny facts, and you claim that's your homework. But how are you spiritual? If you can't come to me like a man and ask me questions that you might wonder, like because I have a picture on my Facebook when I have like $4,000 and I'm smiling, I'm excited, I'm on the way to buy a car. Does that make me not spiritual? Does my excitement for an accomplishment in my life make me not spiritual? And the poker thing. Everybody who has seen my spiritual stuff, I shouldn't say anybody. Let me take that back completely. There are a few things here and there going on. People asking me, what's up with this poker thing? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? But the reality is, this is my life. I built my center on money from poker that I worked hard at. That doesn't make me a degenerate. I'm not a gambling loser, all right? That is what has put me in the position from using my brain, my powers, my strength to build something. And when people now see me go back to it, they're like, oh, you're not a spiritual dude because you're playing poker. It's like, so what you're saying is I'm not spiritual because you're judging me. And when I went out of my way to open up my life and show you a deep side of me, a spiritual side of me that most people don't do, never mind expressing it to the world for judgment. And I'm well aware of that, and I'm happily okay to speak to any of these people. But if you're just going to sit there and bash me instead of try to understand, or you're going to make an assumption out of a picture, or what game I play, or how I live my life, I'm stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. What else would you want me to do, people? How much better can it get than that? Shout out to Buffy. She made me see that. So, now that that's out of the way, my life, if anybody has any questions about me, then let me know. Straight up, I would love to answer anything. And the more I expose myself, the deeper people go to my past. And dig as deep as you want. I love you all. Dig as deep as you want. And come bring back questions to me so I can answer them for you. Because I'm not here to hide anything. I'm here to be real with you. We need real people in this world. There is a lack of real people in this world. And when you look at me in my eyes, you know damn well my cause is 100% out of my pain, which means I want to help other people. If you don't believe me, then don't come around. Or look deeper into my story, because you'll find something that maybe you didn't think you'd find. Yeah, my eyes always look tired. They're actually pretty white right now, which normally they're like, ugh. But I am tired because I am actually working on a project right now. Here, check it out. I filmed on Sunday at the Bellagio. Ran into a bunch of cool people. I even saw Andrew Nemi there. He even put in the latest. I put 12 hours in. I left the places at like 9, and he was still there. So, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to show you what I'm working on. So this is the next little project right here. Let me see. I'll turn this around. What do you guys like behind the scenes stuff? I mean, I would imagine that I would like it, but yeah. So this is the next video here, and you know what? Let's give you a quick preview.
So full of desperation, I can barely stand the rotation. I can hardly
Let's go
stop.
make some money. 818 and 102 degrees out. Wow.
I feel the past in my bones. My dream, I'm naked and alone.
Oh, shizzle. I'm enjoying this one, guys. I gotta be honest. I'm really feeling this intro. I'm really feeling the music. And I played like a 12-hour session. Thank you very much, Mr. Swery. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's a really good one. I'm excited. It was a crazy session on this one, so it'll be up and down. What inspires me to help other people? Malcolm, great question, man. My pain, my depression. I was in a spot in my life where everything was falling apart, and there was nobody there. There was nobody there that could really explain it to me. And there typically isn't in life. And we go through these hard lessons and we learn things. But I had to self-teach I had to self-teach. I read a lot of books. I went into my pain and learned a lot. But the ultimate thing of it is that I wish through those 8 years of my life, I wish there was a hand, someone that could have reached out of the darkness when I was in my deepest place ever and saved me, or showed me easily the books, the things that I used to come out of it when I had to search for all this stuff for myself. But now I have come out of it and I've learned a lot. I'm a human. I have my roller coasters up and down all day, and that'll never end. But that's the cool thing about what I'm doing here. I have 2 different channels and I'm showing you it all. I came from nothing. And I am determined and I'm going to work hard. And sometimes I crash because I work so hard. That's the truth. But if there was somebody that came along and said, hey man, this is the books, this is a thing. Have you ever considered this? Think about this. If they started getting my mind frame in the right state, more than 8 years of, any point, somewhere in that 8 years, somebody could have came along and said, hey, there's a solution to this, my friend. I would have been all over it and was looking for these people. And I found them through books and all these different things. So what I've done is taking that, and I want to help people that were in that dark, scary place that I was. You feel there's no way out. Suicide sounds like the best thing ever. So if this is you in any kind of way, if you have a suicidal thought in your life here and there, hit me up. Because that's not real. That is a state of mind, and I can teach you how to help yourself. I am not a guru. I am not some spiritual super advisor. I am a man who went through depression like no one else could ever believe and dug my ass out of it and decided that was what I needed to help other people do. I wish I could have met the people and came across the things that I did 7 years earlier than I did in my life. I would never take any of it back. I'm happy to who I am, and it's made me who I am today. So, long story short is, I had so much pain. I wanted somebody else to help me. I wanted guidance. I was lost in a crazy world, which included depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, addiction, everything. And if somebody came along and gave me some guidance earlier, I would have fell into the rabbit hole, the magic of this guidance. Once you get a taste of this spirituality stuff, and I think people have it very misconstrued at this point. Like, spirituality is not a guy on a pillow, I'm a poker player, but my deepest mind is always working. Because I play poker, it doesn't make me a degenerate or a gambler. I don't have problems. I'm a smart man with a business plan who also respects everybody around him and his own thoughts and his own weaknesses. And I look at myself, I point the finger at myself, and I encourage everybody to do the same. Someone who has an ego that's running their life cannot point the finger at themselves. If you find yourself in a situation where you cannot look at yourself openly and find what you've done wrong in every situation, then you are fighting your ego, and most of us are. And that's what I help people with, because that's what was happening to me. And I could get super deep into this, but that's another place or another time. I could get into several details of the horror stories in my life. I was never a great spiritual person. My people from high school, if they're seeing this now, they're thinking, what happened to this kid? But you know what happened to me? I got fucked up for too long and decided I was done with it. And the shit that I thought was real, realized it wasn't. And I want to help people help themselves. I can't imagine someone else being in as dark of a place as I was without somebody there to just give you a little guidance. And that's all I want to be. I want to be the person that I wished for, that came out of the dark with a spiritual hand and said, hey man, if you need some help, let me throw a couple things at you and see how you feel. So I'm sorry that was a long ass answer, but it's real and it's important to me, and it's important that people understand the reality of what it is to me. And that's why it hurts me so much when people post pictures. Like, I put a huge post out about how anybody who needs help, let me know. And then I get this one random person who shows up just constantly posting pictures of me holding money. And look at this mother, blah, blah, blah. He's a fraud. He doesn't get. It's like, and this guy is spiritual? And he's saying that my ego can't handle what he's saying, but he's not listening to any of my words. He's just attacking me. So I have to get that off my chest. And if there's any other of you out there that believe that I'm a fraud or whatever you want to call it, please ask me any question you want in the entire world, because I'm ready to answer it. And I am who I am. I'm a great person. My story is always unfolding, and I will hold it here so you guys can see it, because we got to learn somehow. And if I crash and burn, then at least you get to watch me crash and burn and learn what not to do. But until then, the most important thing to me is my spirituality, my center, and helping people. Poker is a catalyst at this point to keep that running. Namaste. I'm done with that. Let's see what else we got going on here. I'm not even addressing the haters. It's a real thing. Excuse me. It's a real thing. It's an image thing that I struggle with. I don't want anybody to perceive me as bad. So that questions a lot of things I do. I didn't start poker vlogging for 5 months, longer than I was going to, because I was worried about what people would think because I gambled. And I wish I did, because I would have started before the big boom, because it's what I wanted to do. And whatever, follow your heart is the point always, regardless of what people think of you. And if someone's judging you, then you don't need to have them in their life, especially if you sit and say, hey, you know what's going on? Let me explain this to you and blah, blah, blah. And they just want to cut you down. Let them go. Let them go. That negativity is not worth it. You don't have to defend yourself. Only your ego needs to defend yourself. I give people a couple chances. I'll say 4 or 5 messages, and if their direction is still aggressive, then they're off board, man. That's it. All right, let's see here really quick. What was my rock bottom? Wow, I had so many 2 napkins. I literally I was in a motorcycle accident. I almost died. $340,000 hospital bill, 9 surgeries, all this stuff. My best friend robbed me 2 weeks later. 2 weeks after that, I found out I had a child who was 1.5 years old. I never even knew she was pregnant. I met my own son when he was about 2 years old. And it only spiraled out of control. That was just the first year. 7 years consistently. I could tell you stories over and over, but that's not what I'm going to do, because I defeated that. I beat that. I came above that. And if I always try to fight that, then I'll fall back into resistance. I was born in New England, raised in Massachusetts, Boston. Don't address the haters by even saying I'm not addressing the haters. I'm speaking my heart, man. It's what you believe in. Yep, 2 napkins, I'm with you. My play has changed a lot since I got through depression, and a lot of the harder stages, or hardest thus far stages of my life. My game has improved tenfold. I think I owe a lot of that to ayahuasca, honestly. I was able to release a lot of things, and through the medicine, I was re-gifted with the realization of what's important in life. And the only time poker really messes you up is when variance and tilt comes about. But if you're above something like that, don't get me wrong, I still tilt, but it doesn't affect me in a long-term way. It doesn't make me think that God hates me or nobody wants me to be a winner, or it doesn't matter how much work I put in, I just can't win a flip. anything like that. That goes away. And once that's away, that lets you realize that you are fully responsible for everything you do. You can't blame anybody for anything else, ever. Or you will fall into your ego. That's it. The ego blames other people. Consciousness looks within. You look at yourself. Spirituality, meditation, all these things are so key for inner work. Inner work is the true work. I could go around pointing fingers at everybody all day, but what does that say about me? Why aren't I learning about myself? And that's what's key. And after I learned about myself, it changed my poker game immensely, in a beautiful way. I am running like God since I cleaned myself up. That's the truth. That's the truth. And when I lose, I'm like, whatever. Did you ever have a drug addiction? I've been suffering from all types of addiction. Yes, I've had a drug addiction. I've had some severe motorcycle accidents. Said this in my last one. I can't straighten my arm. The whole right side of my body is junk. I was in the hospital for a month, had months and months in recovery, ended up getting into a different car accident later on. Just as I recovered, broke all the same bones. Like, I went through the hospital bullshit, the pain. I still am in pain. But ayahuasca, another thing that helped me a lot, and the understanding of my mind. I've recently quit cigarettes. So that was, that's an addiction right there, right? With so many addictions. These cell phones are addictions. We all have addictions. We're all addicts. I don't care what anybody says. It's just, what are you addicted to? What do you do in your life that you find that you're on autopilot and you go down? I do smoke weed. I have a medical license, no doubt. Yeah, porn, huge. Like, either way, everybody has these weird paths in their mind that they just create by accident. Unconsciously create these rhythms in your brain. And it's like, for example, as a cigarette smoker, you finish a meal, and the first thing you want to do is light a cigarette. What's up, Vincent? So every time you eat a meal, you automatically smoke a cigarette after, and you don't even think about it, right? It's just this groove in your life, in your brain, that takes you from, I'm going to eat a meal, I'm going to smoke a cigarette, and you go down this already groove path. But the real spiritual person, the person who can dig deep and say, whoa, my mind is trying to put me on autopilot again to take me away from what I really want. And you stick with recognizing when your mind is trying to trick you into that, trying to put you on autopilot, you can make a new path. And if you keep following that new path and resist or stay away from the negative paths when you feel them coming on, you can control everything in your life, every addiction, any problem, any situation in your life that you've ever encountered. If you have the right state of mind, or lack thereof, hence presence, the now, staying away from the mind, acting solely on your heart and what you believe, you will be all right, and things will work out. Otherwise, you keep following those patterns and you keep getting further away from what you want, who you want to be, and you become more and more stressed, depressed, full of anxiety, and other solutions that aren't healthy start popping up. And you either go further down that road, you kill yourself, you end up in jail, or you hit rock bottom and did something like I did and go all out to learn about, why do I feel this way? And now that I know a lot of it, what I do is guide people to the information that helped me, and I built a center with a program that I felt after being to several of the top quality centers. They all lacked something and needed something, and I built my own program, and we started helping people in the jungle on the banks of the Amazon River in Peru. It is miraculous. It's miraculous. And I'll probably be going out there in another 2 months, setting up another group. 2 months or so. I'm not quite sure exactly. But if you'd like to join me, I will be there for at least a week. and we will do some amazing healing and some great stuff. And you can check out all that information on my website, www.aspiritualhand.com. And I have my other YouTube channel, A Spiritual Hand. They have all kinds of videos there, reviews, people that have been, videos that I've made. It's amazing. Yo, Ryan, me and my girl love your vlogs and everything about you, man. Keep it up. Look forward to these live streams and all your videos. Cheers. Ricky, thank you, my friend. Shout out to Ricky and his woman. That means a lot to me. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the views, guys. I work really hard at this. I film a video all day, and then typically it takes me about 4 other days after that to edit it and then get it up. It's a lot of work, and I'm doing like 9 other businesses on the side. Not really 9, but I'm over exaggerating, but several other businesses on the side. So it is a poker vlog, so I had to address that immediately. And then, you know, people like to ask questions after, so thank you, Samantha. You think I look good? I think I look a little tired. I just got out of the shower and just threw it together for you guys. Maybe I should take you outside. This room's getting boring, man. I don't want to be in here next time. David, I feel you, my friend. He says he feels the same, just like me. Appreciates the words. The norm is to get high and avoid the troubled path. Thank you. He says I'm a great guy. Thank you, David. Shout out to David. Appreciate that. Mad love, dude. Ryan, you're stuck on an island and you can only have one person with you. Trooper or Boski? Who would you take? Trooper. I haven't met Boski yet, so you know, no offense to him. Kraut is, I think, it's a very different style than me, so I think I would get along best with Trooper. That's my opinion. But I haven't met Boski yet. I look forward to meeting him at some point, and that could change. But at the moment, I'd have to pick Trooper from what I see. Nicholas, enjoying the vlogs. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Trim that stash over your lip. Yeah, I've been working. You know, these things are relevant to me. I'm not trying to look good for anybody. What's the highest limit I've ever played? Cash games, only 2-5. I have not sat at a 5-10 game yet. I haven't even taken a shot at a 5-10 game yet. I am waiting for a special occasion, and it'll probably happen on the vlog. Do I have beef with Trooper? Not at all. I met Trooper a few times. I don't know if he knew who I was or whatever. He seemed to know who I was. Asked him, talked to him a little bit, but the 2 times I saw him, he just wasn't in the best of moods. I know he had just lost a few pots too, right as I sat down, so I don't blame him. So I get along with Trooper fine, yeah. No beef with Trooper, no reason to. Later, JR. Thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate you. Peace and blessings. Punch that like button. Yeah, Rudy, punch that like button. And subscribe, guys, please. Definitely subscribe. It helps me a lot. It keeps me going. And I'd like to have like some cool topics. Try to stick to a certain topic every Thursday if that's something you guys are interested in. Nick, bad car accident? Oh, I'm sorry, man. That sucks. Hopefully you'll pop out of that. How did I start a bankroll? I've always been involved in, I've just been an entrepreneur from the very beginning. I would find any way. I've done everything in the world. I mean, even when I was in elementary school, there was a pencil machine. I literally put 25 cents in each pencil and I bought the entire thing. There were NFL teams on each one of these pencils, but everybody liked a certain team. So what I would do is buy every pencil so nobody could else take the whole pencil thing and then reprice all of them. If you like the Cowboys, you're going to have to pay $1.75 for the Cowboys pencil. And I was making bank in elementary school. So, I mean, and I've been that way my whole life. I just come out, poker. I got into poker. I don't know. I've always had $10,000 basically, like since I could ever remember. I poured money. I'm a safety guy, like the safety nets and backup plans and stuff. So I always have 10 grand. So yeah, in that sense, I just sometimes I would take a piece of whatever I got and go, and I literally just started my bankroll with $100 or $200, just playing cash games at a 1-2 game after a long time. I didn't start writing results down until like I took it serious. I was like professional. That was when I first started writing everything down. So lifetime earnings, I don't know, but up until what was it, 2010 ish, I started playing professionally every day, something like that, and played for 4 years and have all those numbers. And what the beginning of my books show, like one or two buy-ins at a 1-2 game, and next thing you know, I had $1,000, and then I took that 1,000 and it turned into 12, and so I just kept rolling it up. I mean, my graph is this, but it's always going higher and higher. But it's just, especially in the beginning, man, it took me years to even decide to be professional. I took a shot at it and played 3 games. It was like, no, it's too scary. For tournament poker, not much. I did so much tournament poker lifetime earnings in tournament poker. I played a lot of tournament poker. I came up on tournament poker when I was really young, all the way up till I moved to Las Vegas and realized you need a good hourly rate if you're playing poker. So I occasionally play tournaments. I have a couple first places in Vegas. I took a second place in Reno, rounded up. Nothing crazy. Probably I beat Elon Schwartz heads up. He had me 5-1, but that was like a smaller buy-in. So I'd say probably like tournament earnings, you're like 15,000, 20,000, nothing big really. Well, if you count my earlier days, maybe up into the 40s, but I don't really count that because so many home games and all that, and I was learning, and I don't know, whatever. A lady friend a couple vlogs ago, what's the deal with her? I'm absolutely single. I always, I love women. I absolutely love women. They're beautiful creatures. If I had to hang out with all dudes my whole life, I would go nuts. So I really enjoy women. I have a lot of women friends, and this next vlog will probably have a different chick on there too. So yeah, I just have a lot of women friends. So if someone's here, someone's visiting, I do live in Las Vegas, so anybody I've ever met in my entire life from a million different states and countries, when they come to Vegas, who are they going to call? They need, people want to stay for free and do all those things. So I just meet up with a lot of people and enjoy people's company. And what better than a bunch of beautiful women to always do that with? I'm not with any of these women that are in my vlog, so you can have her, Josh. Well, I don't know which one you're talking about, but they're all up for grabs as far as I'm concerned. You don't even need them to have a sister. Women are good. Largest cash profit in a single session. Probably like 28, 50 or 28. 70, right under $3,000, in a 2-5 game. Jason, shout out from your boy Ricky. If times are tough, man, just keep your head up. I swear to God, the sun will always come up. It'll always be better. Tournaments are rewards for good cash play. Mr. S, I completely agree with you. That's what you need to do. I think that's the formula of poker. You need to get into cash games, always be winning those cash games, free roll a big tournament, and then bink that for $1 million. What are some books I recommend on what? Poker or spirituality? The longest session I ever played, probably 27 hours. Cash game. Favorite type of sandwich? Roast beef, American cheese, toasted bread, and gravy drizzled on top of it. Or steak and cheese. Do you feel you completely understand the complex issue of ranges and how yours is perceived, or do you play a different type of poker? I play ranges. I don't play ranges as deep as most people. And also my vlog, I like to do analysis, but I'm not a fan of the over analysis. You know, I'm trying to meet both markets, and I'm not like a poker teacher. You know what I mean? I'm not claiming to be the best poker player or that you could learn anything from me. I'm just sharing my world with people, you know? I have a very unique life. So, I haven't seen Alec Torelli's video yet either. I want to go look at that. My go-to cocktail, I don't really drink that much. Probably like 3-4 times a year. Only on special occasions. But Jack on the Rocks. Loner Wolf says, I seem like a legit guy. Thank you, Loner Wolf. I believe I am. I try hell, and I work my hardest to be the best person I could be. Maybe I didn't finish answering somebody else's question too. The analysis thing. I like a good video, something that gives you a good feeling. I'm not trying to make poker content. I love poker and I play it. And the truth is I hate even putting in this hand history stuff. Like on this green screen over here, you see hanging on the wall, that is like, if I'm going to ever just say screw vlogging, it's because of that. In this recent vlog, I changed the style up a little bit. During a lot of the hands, I went into the other room and spoke about the hands directly, immediately while they're on top. So that might keep from a lot of voiceovers, green screen, I don't know. I'm going to have to add something in there so people can follow the story a little bit better than me just talking about it. But this is a lot of work, guys. It's a lot of work. Vincent, Jesus. That just... You would say that, wouldn't you? I don't even know what you mean. Like a real pickle or like... I don't even know. Your game style had to change. Yeah, LA's seems a lot lighter, a lot looser play. So I would imagine you would have to change. A lot of people from Vegas fly over to Cali just to take advantage of that, because once you play Vegas style for a while, then you can go to Cali and just like eat it up. That's my opinion. Maybe you're thinking the complete opposite. I don't know. Are there any places you wish you could visit? Bora Bora, London, anywhere in Europe. Simulation theory. Have you heard of simulation theory? I'm not sure what you're referring to when asking me that, but I don't know. Maybe not. The first time I saw your hand analysis, it was so homegrown, original, lol. Yeah, and I was more excited about hand analysis then. So I enjoyed it more. What I like is making great content. That's, I like editing. So some of the parts of it is tough. It's just so hard, and especially the way I do it. I'm trying to be very unique, which causes a lot more time, and I'd much rather excuse me guys, sorry, mad hiccups. I would much rather I completely lost my train of thought. I don't read a lot of poker books. I used to, but I felt as though once I had my game, like serious ABC theory down, I started thinking that books were manipulating me in certain ways. And so I've like, I don't even know where my poker book. It's so long since I've read any poker books. I like video content and hand analysis and things like that. That's typically what I go for now. Seeing what the new kids are doing, and what's working and what's not, and watching different kinds of plays. As far as poker, I mean, I've read all the old school books. All the good books in like 2000 to 2007, all the old ones, and I'm just not gonna name off all, like Super System and all these different ones. Like, I get a stack of them. Spiritual books, on the other hand, much better situation. The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle. Check out anything by Alan Watts. Darren Hardy has The Compound Effect, which is huge. I think you should read that first before anything. Then read The Power of Now. The Untethered Soul. Buddhist Boot Camp. The Surrender Experiment. A New Earth. Yeah, I read a lot more spiritual stuff than I do poker. Spiritual's my main gig, guys. Poker is me robbing from the rich and giving back to the jungle. Let's see, I'm trying to go back to where Pepsi or Coke. Pepsi. The most I've lost in one night was about, I don't know, I forget. It was table games. It's too much. I said it in the last one too, I forget. Too much. Jesus Christ. Filling my taxes every year, considering I have an out-of-state company, I play poker, and I don't work like on the books anymore. I used to deal a lot for tax purposes, but now that I have a company, it's kind of like switched over to that. But it's brutal. And last year was the first year I filled out taxes for a business, and I screwed it all up and learned a lesson. But I'm glad I'm in the situation where I could screw that stuff up and learn about it. I always travel, man. Yeah, I love traveling. I love playing poker, and if I can mix the two, I always travel. If you watch this channel or the other channel, you can kind of see me. I'm always on the move. And if I can play poker when I go, then hell yeah. I might make a trip to London and play in some of the cool poker clubs and stuff. LA poker is high variance. Yeah, I'm sure it is. But if you sit back, you can just pick off those morons. Yeah, there's been a lot of call-outs on Trooper. I think that's stupid. I think it's all stupid. Whatever. It's so long ago anyways, and who cares, man? We all play with friends occasionally, and people just hate Trooper, and they're just trying to troll him and make him to be this bad person, and I think it's all so silly. The legal weed situation. Amen. Been waiting for years. I don't know what the hell took them so goddamn long. Thank you, Nevada, for being one of the first few. And, it's just like alcohol. Like, it's what's better than alcohol. If they can serve alcohol in a bar and people can drive home freaking tanked and they know it, then they should let us smoke a joint, because motherfuckers aren't crashing on joints. I'll tell you that. Sit and goes. I used to love sit and goes, man. Love them. Not anymore, though. Poker. What sources did you learn most of your poker knowledge? Experience. Losing and losing. Screwing up a spot in a certain way. And if you just play so much poker, it's like at some point you've seen that scenario in a certain way many times. So it's easy to, down the road, just build a plan for a lot of these similar situations. And the more situations you see, the more times you lose or win. You see what works, what doesn't work. As long as you're a self-exploring player, you will go home and examine where you could have changed it, what you should have done next time. And that's where my ace-king on a cash game comes from. People think you should be 4-betting pre-ace-king in a cash game, and I just think that's freaking crazy. What happens if you miss? And if you're always going to play it that way, you're going to miss a lot. I don't think it's profitable in the end. But that's through my own experience. Everybody else says, do this, do that, and I've tried them all. And I do what works for me. I stopped reading books. I do what works for me. Self-analyze, watch others' hands, and see what happens there. FanDuel. No, I don't really follow sports at all, honestly. Train A leaves the station at 3:15 north, heading at 65 kilometers an hour. Train B leaves the station at 4 p.m., heading south at 3 kilometers an hour. How many joints before you realize you both missed trains? Well, I would have already been high, so it wouldn't have mattered. If I smoke a joint, you will never know the difference. I could actually sit here, roll a fat blunt, sit here and talk, smoke it the whole time, and you wouldn't see a damn thing change from me. I don't take it as it's not little kid stuff to me. I don't know. I don't know why it takes on such that persona. Everyone's like, oh, smoking weed, me. Grow up. It's just weed. Makes you feel good. Helps you. What do you think it's needed to be pro? So much determination that your mind can't comprehend before you're actually in there doing it. You need to really love poker. Really love it. And I kind of love that it's not just like, yeah, I love playing poker. I check out videos here and there and blah, blah, blah. No. Do something else, man. And you have to be sick, too. You have to have a form of sickness to be able to push off huge variance and come back just as strong without it affecting your game. I say always, and this is kind of what I did, is I played with it as a hobby on the side until I got to the point where my numbers said that I was profitable. And when that number started overtaking the jobs that I possibly could have had, I said, well, this ain't worth it. I'm wasting my time looking for a job when I could be at the tables making this much an hour. And so until you reach that point, don't just, I would never suggest dumping off what you have to go do some random poker, because poker will always be there. You can have it on the side, you can check it out, mess with it. But if you really have to know a lot about poker and have experience in it to know and understand if that's really what you want to do. It took me 4 years of playing pro to say, I don't think I want to deal with this roller coaster for the rest of my life. I love the game and I wanted to always love the game, but towards the end of that 4 years, I was always a profitable player, but the downs would be so low, it would never be higher than the highs were high, even though the highs are high. But and I got in this weird mind frame. So it's a lot to handle. And now I'm just like semi-pro poker player. I love it. I'll never leave the game. Whether I'm vlogging it or not, I'm playing. And that'll always be a second endeavor for me. I'm an entrepreneur in a poker game. Whoa, is that a female? Hi, I'm new here. Ariana Moonlight. Welcome, my dear. Hopefully we will chat about something that you enjoy. Hope you stick around and subscribe. He's brash and sarcastic. Who are we talking about? Hopefully not me. Do you think that it's because he comes off a little aggressive and confrontational compared to Nemi, Rado, and Ryan? His personality wise is bad. Who are we talking about here? Probably Trooper, right? Who are we talking about? Trooper? Yeah, okay, I thought so. I found it. Alright. Waiting for your side bet to cut the hair, right? Throw it at me. This is some long shizzle, you know? My hair comes up, comes back down, goes on here. I'm ready for a prop bet. Someone throw it out there, man. Ariana, you might be the only female here. I don't know. And you might be a dude that just has a cute little picture, too. So, I don't know. I'm just saying, good to have you. Namaste. I'm not waiting for a side bet to cut the hair, but I'll take it. I've been catfished so many times. That's a funny question. Yes, I've been catfished. Check out this shirt, too. This is the ones we have down at the center. Ryan, founder. And it shows our logo, spiritual hand on the back. I don't know if you guys can see that. But we're going to have some t-shirts coming out pretty soon here. And they're going to be custom. So whatever you want it to say, we can do that for you. So we could have some really interesting spiritual ones, some really interesting poker ones. So let me know. There should be some pages coming up soon. And you guys can check it out. Over under on the dreads is going to be at least 15K. Yeah. I may do it for 10. I'd cut my hair for 10, I think. That's how much of a good guy I am. I could have spent 15 would work, but I'm just real, man. I think the reality is, if I really go deep down, I think if someone came up with me I'll give you 10 grand right now if you fucking just buzz your head. Holy shit. I think I would do it. I don't know. Why not? Maybe that's a free roll into the main event. Meditation. As someone that has never done it, where would I look to start? Me, my friend. I could help you, or you can look up things online, books. But truthfully, I'd like to give you a shot. I'd just like to explain a couple things to you a little bit about it, if you're ever curious. And we could send you in the right direction from there, definitely. For a new drone. Oh, wow. No, I can't do it for a new drone. That drone was $1,600 that I lost, and I don't think cutting my hair for $1,600 is worth it. Can't do it. I am still taking money for a drone account, though. The drone fund, if everyone's interested. I was actually at a poker game at the Bellagio, and someone just walked up to me. I believe his name was Mike. Good dude. You'll see in the next episode. And just handed me $16 for the drone account. I was like, oh man. I tried to make him keep it, but he was so awesome. Shout out to him if he's listening. Oh dear. Easiest 1-2 or 1-3 is Bally's and or PH. I disagree. But if you like playing with a bunch of donkeys that don't know what they're doing, my biggest leak is messing with people who don't know how to play. I always overvalue that they know the same kind of things I know, and I get in trouble a lot because of that. In reality, they don't know half the things I know, and what I did is put like, oh, if he just flopped quads, he would never bet it, right? Like he's got the board just too crushed. So why would you do this? Why would you do that? And in the end, they did that same exact stupid thing. So I give people credit too much sometimes, and that's a big leak. I forget why I was saying that. Oh, because that's the kind of players are full in Bally's. I think PH is way better than Bally's. Bally's is probably one of the last places I ever want to go to again. Not to mention they told me I couldn't film there anymore when... Bally's sucks. How about that? I'm never going to Bally's again. Best Buy won't take it back. I don't even have the drone, bro. It's gone. It's completely gone. It's gone. Smashed it in the side of the Venetian. I believe they took it and they don't want to give it back to me, or maybe they're trying to press charges. I don't know what's going on, but it ain't coming back. I didn't even get the drone back. It's not that it's just broken. I have nothing. I have a controller and all the extra parts, but an empty box. No drone. This is really cool of you, Ryan. I'm 50 and I think I'm doing well. And I think you're doing well for yourself. Keep it up and your head up. And be proud, my friend. The best is yet to come. Thank you, Two Napkins. I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate that. I work really hard and I do it for you guys. That's the truth. I want to make things that you guys enjoy. Do I have Facebook? Boy, do I ever have Facebook. I have Ryan Frechette, my personal page. I only have room for 200 more people. So get over there right now because I'm about to run out of room or you can't be my friend. You can just follow me. I have all social media. I have groups on Facebook called A Spiritual Hand, Ayahuasca Enthusiast, Ayahuasca the Spirit Vine, Asha Center. Facebook's my shizzle. I blew up on Facebook, and now I'm trying YouTube. Twitter, I have all social media, but I just more active on Facebook and YouTube. Venetian sucks. I used to love the Venetian. I spent 2 years straight there, knew every single dealer, but I don't like it now for some reason. I just run so bad now there. If we want to vlog, we should talk to the Mirage. I agree. The Mirage is awesome about it. They're great. They're awesome about it all. I agree. Two Napkins. Yep. There's a friend limit, yeah. On a personal page on Facebook, you can only have 5,000 friends. I have over 4,800 right now, so only 100 and some odd spots left. Canadian relatives, I do, but I do not see them. My family is very small. I moved far away immediately. I wanted to be West Coast, but I was like a North Englander, and so yes, I am French Canadian originally. It's where my ancestors come from. So if I hit 5,000 subscribers, 5,000 friends on Facebook, then after that you can only follow me. I cannot be your friend. I'm gonna have to delete a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people just floating around there. When that happens, that I will start saying, who wants to, I'll start cleaning that out. So see how that goes. My best advice on Vegas 1, 2, and 1, 3 games. Do not overthink poker in these games. Most players are not thinking at all. 100% agreed. And that's why there's such a huge difference between a 1, 2, 1, 3 game and a 2, 5 or 5, 10 game. It's what they're doing is what is real in 1, 2, or 1, 3. Go with your gut. Just get it done. And don't worry about anything fancy. Some old lady's raising you. She's probably got you, right? But that is not the scenario in 2-5. It's close. It's a lot better, but it's still not as clean. And then when you get into 5-10, it's people are playing poker. Nicholas, You French? How you doing, brother? Perfect. I miss the sea, period, man. I live in the middle of the desert. Ugh. But I travel enough. I have this crazy urge. I want to go to Cali, guys. Like, I know a bunch of friends out there, bunch of beautiful women too. And there's some great poker out there. It's been calling me for the past month, but the problem is I am just literally so busy all the time. It's nonstop. And I look forward to posting back. I would love for you guys to go check out on my other page, A Spiritual Hand. Did I go to EDC? I got something on my next vlog coming up about EDC. I paused it when I was showing you the preview before it came up. So there's a couple things of EDC. I've been to EDC many times, but this next vlog coming out hopefully in 3 days. They've got some EDC stuff going on in there. But what was I saying? Oh, check out my other channel. I have some crazy stories. If you like my vlogs and the way I put things together, I also have vlogs just like that of me building my center in Peru. The crazy things we went through, well, just some of the crazy things we went through. So go subscribe to that channel. And I want to recommend one specific video. And I might even put it onto this channel because it's very unique. It's a video where I tell a story. After this, I'll put it in the comments. I tell a story about getting stuck in the Amazon River with like 14 gringos, and in the middle of the night, completely shut down, and find a way to save ourselves with a piranha. Literally, my life was saved by one of my jungle guides that works as my manager with a piranha. So go over there, check that out. It's an amazing story. We're starting to lose people. We're down to 34. I don't know if that's because we're getting boring here. We are hitting just over an hour, so what I'm going to probably do is wrap it up. Next Thursday, I am going to try to have this like a little bit preset. I'm going to do a little bit advertising for it. And maybe pick a very specific topic. And maybe let you guys pick a topic. Yeah. We're all trying to get on your Facebook, but couldn't find you. Ryan Frechette. Super easy, Ryan Frechette. You'll see a spiritual hand and all these different things. So it should direct you right there. So either look up A Spiritual Hand on groups. That'll pop up. Those are 3 different words. A Spiritual Hand. Or just my name, Ryan Frechette. Twitter, I think it's @FrechetteRyan. Yeah. I would love to talk about meditation. Durante, you're the shit, Ryan. Mad respect. Thank you. I appreciate you. Mad love. But stay tuned, guys. We could talk about meditation next time as well. So on the next, either in the comments after this, write, what kind of questions or topics that you'd like to discuss on the next live one, or on the next vlog where I advertise for this every Thursday thing. I think next Thursday I'm going to go somewhere cool. So it won't be just like my office, and we'll have some more. I could interview someone too. Put those all right after I post this video right now, because obviously we all know you can't come back through these comments, right? So after this video posts in 5 minutes, comment on what next Thursday's live show you would like to be about. We'll get a couple good topics and pick them. Otherwise, thank you so much for coming by, guys. We had a smaller stream today. That's alright. I'm just going to keep plugging away at it, and we're going to come up with some cool topics. Let me know when anybody's out here. If you ever see me at the poker table, tap me on the shoulder. I'd love to say hi. And philosophy, all I have to say, Alan Watts. Go on YouTube, look up Alan Watts. Look up Alan Watts, The Mind. It's only a 4-minute video. Then look up Alan Watts, Choices. But hit me up on Facebook, guys. I got 190 people left. If you want to be my friend, let's get down with the get down. And go watch that video where I get saved by a piranha. It's amazing. Maybe I'll link it below in the comments after it uploads. Much love, you guys. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming by. Take care. Mad love. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. You're the man. Steve, take care. You guys are amazing. Good night.